What's going on, guys? It's Monkey Fantastic here and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be doing a 50 subscriber special. I was going to be doing a Fulham rebuild, however I forgot to save the file for it and I saved the actual clips from the video in random places on my laptop where I can't find half of them, so I've had to scrap it. Very sad about that because multiple subscribers were actually from Fulham. They had their geographical location on, so I wanted to do a video to give back to you. Yeah, it's just sad that it didn't materialise. I've got about 20 minutes before 6 o'clock, so this is my backup, which is a club tour. So, focusing on the subscribers again, I want to give you a huge thank you. It means a lot to me. It may not be the biggest number in the world, but it's a big number to me, and I'm very happy that I've even came this far. I never thought I was going to have even 25 subscribers, to be honest with you. I never knew people actually used my content, the tactics specifically. I never thought people would trust my tactics due to the fact I'm such a small YouTuber. But I'm very grateful that you have, and I just want to say thank you for showing me your support. Moving on to the actual club tour, we're going to start with the bench and reserves. First of all, Alphonso Davies. I'm very sad with this card because I didn't get to do it justice. He's only had 4 games. He's a really good card, it's just he doesn't outplay anyone in my starting 11, which is an issue. Moving on, we've got Abdi Pele. I think I've played him once. Yeah, I've only played him once. Again, it's like an Alphonso Davies one. It's the card he would be replacing that I've got. I can't just take out the team because he's too different to Pele. And you may be wondering what I mean by that due to the fact Pele's got 5-star, and you'll see the other player in a minute. But Pele just doesn't feel like my actual winger. He feels more of a central player due to the fact he is a more central player. But yeah, again, he's like Alphonso. He's just not as good as what I have on the starting 11. Moving on, we've got Salah. He's a card I don't think I've ever used. No, I've used him twice. I've had him for about 2 months. I've just rarely used him because my right winger, again, he just outdoes Salah in every capacity. And it is a bit disappointing because I liked Salah's card. I liked Alfonso's. I liked Pele's. It's just they don't outdo what I have. Moving on, Nkunku, he is a good card. I played him 106 games just as a super sub. He's never actually started a game. He's amazing in every way. He deserves, say, an 86 in FIFA 23. I think he's predicted an 85. I think it's an 86, to be honest with you. But he's been really good this year. He's had a lot of special cards, a lot of Team of the Weeks, and his Team of the Season did all of that justice. He's a really good box-to-box, just like Atal. But I just love Nkunku's card. He just feels so nice to use. Moving on to Atal. I feel bad. I had his card before, and it had about 50 games on it. I got rid of it and got Atal back out of the SBC, which is a bit sad. But I loved Atal's card. I put a CDM on him because I had a different formation, but I've recently changed to this one. Yeah, Atal, he's a great player. Again, just like Nkunku, he doesn't feel as nice as Nkunku does, so I do prefer Nkunku. But Atal does still get subbed on late game, about 80th minute, to sit out the rest of the game, or just to put a bit more pace into the team. Shapeshifter Heroes Cordoba, again on my bench. He was a main starter when I had Mario Gomez at centre-back. Don't have him there anymore. Cordoba did leave the team because of it. He had about, I think it was 60 games on him, but then I've packed him again. He's been a super sub on and off covering the back line. So, it's just, yeah. He's a nice card, just I don't use him as often as I probably should. He does get subbed on quite a lot, like I said, but yeah. Again, another card that I just can't do justice because of what I have. Moving on to the last sub, we have Marquinhos, or Marquinhos, I don't know how you say his name. 33 games, he was a main team starter until about 2 days ago, where I got a massive centre-back pull, and I'll show you him in a minute because he's in the starting 11. But Marquinhos, really nice card. I did play him at times at CDM in late game when I wanted to go a bit more defensive. Mainly because he can play in the midfield. His passing and dribbling is good enough. and he's a solid one. He'll sit there like a gladiator and just batter players that are running towards him. So just for that, he's so good to have on the bench. I have got a talent on Kunku, which does stop and go in CDM. But when I was starting him, he did sometimes play CDM. He worked there. He's a nice player to have. He's just a nice player in general. There's not much more to say. Moving on, I'll leave my first three reserves for last. But going straight to Rooney, I feel bad because I haven't been able to use him. I got him on the same day as my other big pull. But he's a really nice card. I wanted to use him. He just doesn't beat who I have. And you'll understand that he doesn't beat who I have. They're different players, like extremely different in the way they play. But you just cannot outdo him. Another player on my reserves that I can't do justice, Donnarumma. I can't get him into starting 11, mainly because my other goalkeeper just outplays him. He's a lovely card. I love to use Donnarumma. I got rid of him and I repacked him. I just can't get him into the team, so he's still on 0 games. Moving on, Lloris, club legend. I had his captain's card, which had about 300 games on it. He's only got 34 games on this one because my other goalkeeper just outplays him, just like he outplays Donnarumma. But club legend, I've got an upgraded version of him. I think I might still have his captains. I can't check without showing you who else is in my team. But I'll check when I go to look at the goalkeeper position on the starting 11. I think I got rid of him. I'm pretty sure I did. If I haven't, then I should still have his record. But I think I got rid of him when I had a dupe of him. Which is a bit sad, but yeah. I've got the 95 Lloris. Solid card. I did have his red pick for a time, but lost a challenge and had to get rid of him, which, again, disappointing because Lloris is such a club legend. I support Tottenham as well, so he's a club captain for me. He used to have captaincy for my actual starting 11 in this, and I've realised I'm really stalling this video to get to starting 11. I don't mean to, it's just I have so many good memories with the majority of these players. But moving on to try save you some time and not seem like I'm just trying to stall it to 15 minutes. Jamie Vardy, 277 games, 102 goals, 82 assists. I had his gold card in over 1,000 games because I was too stubborn to get rid of him for his team of the week or to upgrade him. And it did hold me back as a club quite a lot. But I've got his 96. I ditched the 86 the second this card came out because I was like, I'm sorry, it's 96 rated. It's 10 points higher. I have to get rid of Vardy for Vardy. He's just... I sometimes take him on the bench and sub him on just to be essentially an asshole in attack. Just to go up there and start breaking ankles and just hit him on counters with Vardy. It's so satisfying. It's so fun to do. And if you still have this card, I wouldn't be surprised if he's still in people's starting 11s. We're going on to the biggest club hero I have. You're going to look at the starting 11 and go, how is Kane bigger than him? And I'm going to explain that now before I show the starting 11. But Harry Kane, what a card. 1,279 games played, 674 goals, 386 assists. Not 86, 83 assists. This man, he carried my team so many bad times. He carried so many foot champs. And I quite literally cried when I replaced him. And I don't normally do that with a game. But it's one of the few moments I've actually cried over getting rid of something. And it's mainly because the second he came out, he carried my team. I did his SBC within 30 minutes of it being released. This card, he just carried me so much. And I have so many good memories with him. I was devastated when to take him off the bench. And I'm devastated that I have taken him off the bench because I haven't done Salah or Alfonso any justice by putting them on there and taking Kane out. But Kane, he's never leaving this club. I don't care what SBC comes out. Even if it needs a Tottenham flashback specifically, it ain't happening. You could give me 99 Pele, 98 Maradona, who I think is actually out of packs now, isn't he? But you could give me all the highest rated cards in the game and I still wouldn't get rid of him. He's that much of a club hero. But like I said before, I've got to try and not stall and not delay anything. Getting straight into the starting 11. The goalkeeper probably is expected. It's Alisson. I have got rid of Lloris. But I have got Courtois, who I did love in goal. But Alisson, I've had him on and off. He's been here. I've gotten rid of him multiple times. I've brought him back. He's only got 41 games on this one. But yeah, Alisson, he is my goalkeeper. He's the main man in the net. And moving on to the left back, I've had him forever. It's João Cancelo. Like 555 games, 9 goals and 31 assists. Ain't the best, don't get me wrong, but I keep my fullbacks on sit back the majority of the time. So he doesn't really get up there in the attacking positions. But João Cancelo, he's just such a nice card. He can play in midfield, he can play in the attack, he can play in the defence. He's just so good everywhere on the pitch. Moving on to the right back, because I want to save the centre backs due to how big they are. It's a bit of a disappointing one, to be honest. It's Thiago Mendes. I had Klaus beforehand with 82 games, but it's Thiago Mendes. Not much to say. He's only had 9 games. He's only recently came in. He's mainly there just to link to who I have here, rather than because I choose to have him, and that's why Cordoba does start to play a bit more. I'm trying to get the centre back, sorry. But Thiago Mendes, he's a bit disappointing for what you're going to see with the rest of the team. I can guarantee you it only gets better from here. It only gets better. But moving on to the centre-backs, left centre-back is Ruben Diaz. And I think you can see the other one. It's not Chiellini, it's not Van Dijk, it's not Gomez, as I said before, it's not Militao, it's Maldini. Still worth what I think he's still worth. Just checking now. Yes, he is still worth quite a lot over 1 million. 1.1 mil to be exact. He was a great pull. I got him at the same time as Rooney. I did 2 of the iconic moment SBCs and got Maldini and Rooney. Maldini hasn't had much justice again. He's only came recently and I haven't played much competitively or even in Div Rivals, to be honest. I did all the Div Rivals in the 8 games. I won them all. So I didn't really have much more playing time. But moving on to Diaz, this man, he's played 31 goals. He's a rocking defense. I used to think that headliners Van Dijk was amazing. I used to think quite a lot of other players were so much better than Diaz because they were stats-wise. But Diaz, since I've had him, he's just proved all of my thoughts wrong. And yeah, he's just a solid player in general. I did have Team of the Year Hakimi, but got rid of him because I just didn't have any PSG links. And this is where I got sad because my next midfielder is Lionel Messi 99, who sadly doesn't have Hakimi to give him the strong link. But that doesn't matter so much. Messi, he is such a good player. I'd rank him the highest he is the highest rated card in the game, joint with Ronaldo and Pele, but I'd rate him as the best card in the game. I prefer Ronaldo in real life. However, I've got to admit, Messi, he just outdoes the Ronaldo card. Every time I verse Ronaldo Shapeshifter, he never gets near as much rating, stats-wise, passes completed as Messi does in the games. So, yeah, I have him untradeable as well, first owner. Just want to point that out. And moving on to the next midfielder, Luka Modric. You've seen him before when I pulled up Messi. But Luka Modric, again, he's only came in today, actually, and I played 7 games. Mainly because I was using a La Liga team with Toni Kroos and all that. But I played 7 games. He's just so nice on the ball. His passing, he always gets it pinpoint to my wingers and up front to my striker. And I have been recently playing Messi up there, so I probably should stop the long balls. But yeah, Modric is a really nice player. Former Tottenham player as well, so I like him more because of that. But his passing is always pinpoint. He never misses a pass, and I just love him for it. Moving on to my next midfielder is actually a cam. And I packed him alongside Messi in the same pack, actually. And it's Marcus Rashford. Now, I don't like Rashford as a card in-game as much as I like him as a card outside the game for his stats. My only thing that stops me liking Rashford is the fact I've used midfielders better than him. Because I had Zidane Prime and R9 Prime, and I played them both in midfield. R9, stupidly, I played him in midfield as a false 9. But because I've had better cards, I don't like Rashford as much. It's less of Rashford as a player, but more as the players I've had before him. I don't have R9 or Zidane anymore. I have Zidane alone, but I don't have Zidane Prime or R9 Prime or Ronaldinho Prime anymore. Because of one of my mates that went on my account and got a bit jealous with my team and got rid of them. So that was a bit sad. I had to choose other players over them to save, such as my goalkeeper and any of my defenders. But yeah, I'm sorry, Rashford. You're not as good as what I've had, so I will never see you as good as it. But he's a solid card. He still does the job, and he does get a few goals, just not as much as I'd probably like. Moving on, I'll go right wing first. And this is one you probably should have expected due to me being a Tottenham fan. It's Gareth Bale. He's such a good card. 216 games, 161 goals. He is the one, if anyone's going to outdo Kane's record, it's going to be him. He's such nice. His finesse shots and his knuckleball free kicks are always perfect. I barely score free kicks, but with Messi and Bale, every single one goes in. Like, I'm not good with free kicks, and yet they all just go in with these two players. But yeah, realising this video has already gone for 17 minutes. Going on to my striker. It was Usman before. I've now got Marcelo, however. And Marcelo, playing him in the midfield is so nice. He's such a good box-to-box. 15 goals, 11 assists in 53 games. He's really nice. And there's not much more to say. I just love how he plays. I love using him. And the left winger, or should I say left mid? I think he's a left mid. Yeah, left mid. Why do I keep going on to quality? I do have Rafa Leao, but he doesn't get played, sadly. But it is Alan St. Maximin. It was Neymar who played on the right, and I put Bale to the other side. But it's St. Maximum. He's so nice to use in game. 104 games played, 6 goals, 9 assists. You'd say is really disappointing. But about 40 or 50 of these games were in the French Cup. So it's not like he got to shoot as often, because I have on loan Ginola 98 who just get the ball from the kickoff and score. So it does his stats dirty. But in game, I'll just get the ball on him. I'll do 7 skills, send all of his defense, and pass it off for Bale or Messi just to have a pip shot. But yeah, that's it for the club tour. I don't think I've got any honourable mentions. Bielsa I've had as a manager since the start of the game, which, to be fair, is pretty good. But doing a quick honourable mentions, Leao, again, barely got to use him. Chiellini was such a good player, 324 games. He just started to drop off near the end. Same with Fernandinho, 385 games. He's just started to drop off near the end and just got outplayed by other players. De Bruyne, I haven't used this version, but I've had his team of the weeks, his tots. I had his team of the year at a time. But again, due to a challenge, I had to get rid of him, just like Lloris. But De Bruyne, I loved using him. Sad that I don't have his other card. Hazard, I used his loan. I used his full loan. So that was a bit sad, but he was a really good card. Toni Kroos, I'm disappointed by Kroos because I brought him in and then I got much better players after I brought him in, like on the same day. Usman, I don't have the same card. Actually, I think I might do. He's got 34 games. I don't think I do purely for the goals, but I'd sub him on for maybe 30 minutes and he'd rocket it into the net. Mason Mount, another one that I'm proud of. I don't think there's anyone else. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Bergwijn's card, he was a solid one to use in friendlies. But yeah, that's it for the tour. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't do a better special for you, but it is how it is. I'm sorry the Fulham video didn't come to fruition. It didn't materialise. I'm really sorry. I'm stupid for where I saved them because I don't know where I saved them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want. It's free. I'm not gonna force you. But anyway, I hope you have a nice rest of your summers. If you're getting your GCSEs anytime soon, I hope you get good results. I know A levels weren't that long ago in the UK, but yeah, good luck with GCSE results, and I'll see you all next time.